So I've arrived. This is my first morning here. And start off with a recapture of the trip. Interesting book and drugstore and some jazz I did last night. So I'm fresh washed, fresh socks, fresh shirt. Not a bad night. In fact, I think probably it's preferable laying down to sleep all night and having a break, even if it is on a row of seats in the transit lounge rather than that sitting up for 8 hours on the plane and trying to sleep. I pass on that, so I'm actually feeling a bit tired, but that's only because I've been travelling a lot. And I'm heading off to Paris shortly. So it's raining and stormy here at Canada. Indeed, we've just been cautioned to go to the restroom before we get on the plane, lest we be seatbelted in for an unusually long time after takeoff.
And so if I was at a Boy Scout camp and the 12 or 13-year-olds were cooking for me, I'd say this is a good job. But I'm in Tokyo, Haneda Airport. This is the food that has been presented to me in the International Airport
7-8
at Tokyo. It's the only place that's available. You've got to be
killing you behind us. 9,999 kilometres to go and 12 hours exactly. Luckily, the plane is very nearly empty. And so I've already been permitted to move across this empty row of 4. So when it comes snooze time, it's a 12-hour flight, I can get my sleeping bag out and have a nice lay down. I am having a good time now. The 9 hours and 19 minutes out of landing at Charles de Gaulle Airport will be there about 5 p.m. Paris time, something like that. Doesn't really matter that much. But it's 9 hours away, and because the JL flight was delayed by an hour or two, they let us all into the exclusive Japanese airline lounge, and I took the opportunity of having a pretty damn good Japanese cuisine meal. That meant that I wasn't hungry when I got on the plane. That meant that I didn't need to eat the meal. And so I said that to the stewardess. I think that's the sexiest word these days, but you know what I mean. And she was very pleasant. She said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll save it for you. You can save it for later." So it's now like 3 hours into the flight, and I'm going to have it in about 25 minutes. I just chatted with her. I'm having some red wine, had a few beers, and then I'm going to get up my sleeping bag and have a nice sleep. And I reckon by the time I get up in Paris, I might even have some energy. We'll see how we go with jet lag. I have no idea what time it is anywhere in the world except Adelaide, where my watch tells me it's 10 to 7 p.m. The theme that I'm going to take through Europe with me is this song. The crisp dew dawn is underfoot, and the birds sing in the morning. The fresh coffee starts the day anew to a kookaburra dawning. So I've arrived. This is my first morning here. And start off with a recapture of the trip.
interesting book and drugstore, and some jazz I did last night.